Hi everyone, it's Caroline. Welcome to the Hillside. Thanks for visiting today. I am doing the Hillside Heart Prompts week 10, and the words that were chosen by our daughter Tara are imagination and bold. And I have a bunch of flyers and pages here that are on my desk, so I thought I would go through these and see what I can come up with. Well, when I hear the word bold, I see these bold colors here, and this is getting very thin. It was a flyer from our drugstore. I think I'm going to use one of these pages to help me out with the bold. Imagination, I don't know where my imagination is going to take me yet, so I literally am looking through these pages harvested from magazines and just random things here. I don't know how this is all going to go together. Margaret from Gone with the Wind. I don't know what her name is right now. I can't think of it. Margaret Mitchell. Some of my remnants of some other flyers for clothing advertising. So I could do a paper doll. I don't know. I also have, this was, you can see here I was using my printer and it got crumpled up. So I might be able to use some of these. These are my own postcards that I made into a collage. And I have my roll-off paper that I was using the other day when I did some of my jelly plate. So I might use that. This could be my background. Maybe this will be my background. And I think what I'll do is trim off my edges because I can see here that they are pretty stark. I have not planned this out. Because I will be putting this into my Hillside Heart Prompts journal when I get it back. We are going to visit for our granddaughters. Our two granddaughters are 1 day apart, a year and a day apart. So we're going to do some birthday visiting, celebrating, and that's going to be in another week. So I'll have one more week of remote card choosing. I think that's going to be my background, and I'll work with that because I think once I start layering, this page will get heavier. I'm going to cut these ladies out. They are pretty bold, although I'm taking the background out and the words. I'll do something, but they have bold makeup on. There is some bold colors on in their clothing, and so we'll see if I can go with that. I'll have to. And this background, I could change my mind at the last minute, but I'd like to use it because I think it's pretty bold. I'm making a bold move. I'm just going to use all the words. I like her sleeves here. I mean, they would take up the whole page. I could put it over here. There could be some black background. Let me see if I can trim this up a little bit more. There is some paint on her because this has been on my craft desk for a while. I've gotten a lot of fun use out of this. There's some letters on top of their heads. I would have to fix that. And I could look in here. I can look on something else too. I really wanted to try and use these ladies. I could always use that somewhere else. I have some gardening. I think I'm going to cut this radish tag out. Makes no sense. That's the fun of art, and I'm going to say it again, being bold. A lot of times what I'll do is I will change my mind as I'm trimming it. And that's the point of auditioning something too, is that you could change your mind in an instant. So she's holding perfume here, but wouldn't that be cool if I think I will. If I sliced that in there, and I don't have my, I packed my sharp craft knife, my very old, huge X-Acto knife. I'm going to see if this will work. The blade could probably use a refresh. I'm using what I have. So this is eau de radish. I love it. I think that's going to have to go there. This glue pen, which I got for my birthday one year in a fun little gift bag of craft goodies. I think I'm going to go ahead then and use these ladies. I wasn't sure if I was going to, but my decision has been made. And honestly, unless you've seen me do this, you wouldn't know. Like, it wouldn't catch your eye right away that that was changed. I don't know if that's a good thing. What I'm doing here is a collage. Now I have to find some more things. I have to use my imagination and find some things that will go with that. I have this background here. I could cut that out and put something else. Let me do that. I'm going to use my X-Acto knife again. I don't need it. I don't need it that big. Okay, let's see if this will work. Oh, I'm going to change my blade. Well, that took me a couple of minutes to find a blade, but they are universal. So I found some in our utility drawer. I don't know if I'm going to wreck this because I'm trying to cut out the center. It's kind of overkill. This blade is huge, but it's what I have. I could use my scissors. Let's see if that worked. Couple little snags here. Now I was thinking I could cut them off, but I really want to see her hands here. That's what I think I want. I love her bold shoulders. Okay, so I like the background, and I think what I'll do is the same thing on this one. So I'm going to go ahead and take out this background. What a difference a new blade makes. Even if it's huge. So I'll have to make sure I glue everything down really well. You just keep turning it until I like what I see. I do like it this way though. Okay, I'm going to try that. And so my thought was for the middle here, this lady could be peeking out. I'm going to put this behind here just to see if that would work. Maybe, maybe not. Possibility. I'm really just using these images here from my magazines. Oh, sorry for the technical difficulties, and I'm doing a voiceover for a little while. And right here I was wondering if I should go with Margaret Mitchell. I went back and forth and thought about it. First I thought her hat should go behind the lady beside her, but ultimately I glue it right on top that way. And you can't see, but I have a magazine page there, and I think it's with the hat. Oh yeah, it's going to be the lampshade that I decided to use for one of the hats. And I also took another part of the page that had some more advertising on it, and I had cut out one of the perfume bottles and I made a hat from that. You'll see that after. I guess this is where I glued everything on. So this is where I share the finished product, and you can see the perfume bottle that I had cut it apart and then used what I needed to make a hat. I also found a Hello Kitty, and I put that over the top of the cat, the head. I didn't know if I was going to do that, but I ended up thinking that was pretty funny, pretty cute, using my imagination. And then there were some paint splatters on the lady with the lampshade on her head, and so I decided to use the same pink and fill in the lips. I started with Margaret Mitchell's lips, and I used my skewer just to sort of drop the paint on top of the outline of her lips. And I had to do that a couple of times because it's a very translucent paint. At first I was only going to do it on the one, but then I ended up going for all three ladies. They all ended up getting a bold lip. And here I'm enhancing the drops that were on her face, and I added more. I thought, well, once I started doing it, I was committed, so I just went with it. And that's the finished page there with their lips. I ended up changing her nail color, and I just used one of my acrylic markers to do that. She didn't have her whole hand showing. And I love the way the perfume bottle hat matches the green. And I took one of my flowers from my flower pot. This is one of my watercolor flowers with paint with pen, and I'm going to use it in the middle where I had cut out the background. I figured I might as well stick with the bold color theme and fill it in, and that flower was the right size. And everything's glued on now. And I'm starting to think, oh, you saw a little sold sign there. That's a tag that I had received in Happy Mail, and it says sold on it. I love the bright fluorescent color, and I was describing how I would use that in the finished art, And what I'm doing now is obviously I'm outlining. I just wanted to use my black and my white in certain areas and just outline the silhouette. Don't know if it made a difference, but I liked the way it looked. I was going to sew, but then I thought a pen mark would be better. This is where I was finishing their lips. Now that sold tag, I was going to use one of my letters, but I decided to use my Sharpie and just make a B out of the S. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining me today. It was really fun to put this together. Today's heart prompts are imagination and bold. I used a piece of my paint-off paper as my background, cut out some bold images, some bold colors of these ladies here and Margaret Mitchell. I added a bold lip to them. I also made some hats here. This was a lamp, and this was just an upside down perfume bottle that I cut. I added Hello Kitty onto Margaret's cat head for something fun and different. And then also the perfume bottle has a radish sign from a magazine image, and I put that on there too. And then, oh, and I added my own little flower in the middle here. I think that's fun and bold, using imagination. The other thing I had was this sold tag, and I made the B to make it bold. Love the bold color. And I put bold imagination, the address, everywhere we are, also known as where you are now. My remarks are 3 ladies boldly standing together for pleasure, unity, and their rights. Bold by Caroline, and then the date. So I thought that was a fun way to use this tag. I will use I'll glue my card when I get it on here, and I'll sew around. I'll probably put a hole in a little fluff up here, and somehow I'll put this into my Hillside Heart Prompts journal. I don't know how it's going to look. I'll find a page and put that in there. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. It really means a lot. Always stay cozy and be adventurous. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.